In the article, Assessing the Value of Token Reinforcement for Individuals with Autism, Fisk, Eisenhower, Bayman, Del Molino, Sloman, and LaRue explored using progressive ratio schedules to assess how reinforcing tokens are when it's compared to primary reinforcement for two children with autism who have off-task behaviors when demands are placed on them. The dependent variable within this study is the task completion of the participants. The independent variable for this study was the use of token system. Inter-observer data was taken in 72% of one participant sessions and 50% of the other participant sessions. The inter-observer agreement for them were 93% and 100% respectively. The treatment fidelity for this study is difficult to know as there's not much within the study that describes ensuring fidelity, but the high IOA provides some indication that the treatment fidelity was good. The study looked at the effects of three different types of reinforcement. Paired token, in which the individual earner earned all their tokens and were provided with a high preference reinforcement. Primary reinforcement, in which the individual was provided with a reinforcer instead of a token, and unpaired token, in which the individual earned tokens but they were not exchanged for any reinforcer. The results for both the participants is that they were both had the highest average of reinforcement when the paired token reinforcement was utilized. However, it's important to note that when the primary reinforcement was used, the results were even more stable, even though the average was not as high. This is especially true in the participant who earned the higher number of tokens to gain reinforcement, which was 7, whereas the other participant only had to earn 3. When unpaired tokens were used, one participant saw very little responding that held steady throughout the study. The other participant had one initial trial with great response, and then other sessions, the reinforcement was close to no response. While the results show that primary reinforcer in this study is more stable, the paired token phase of the study resulted in a higher than average response. This could be because of a number of reasons. One being the problem with the number of tokens required to gain enforcement. Another could be that after experiencing the unpaired token economy, the participants were unsure about the results of the paired token economy. It is unknown what caused this instability in the data, however. Some of the limitations that were discussed within the study include the ethical concerns of presenting an unpaired token system to the individuals, the fact that the token boards were presented to the children in the classroom 1 to 5 years before the study was conducted, so it's unknown how the token systems were taught to them. And lastly, it's unknown if the reinforcer or motivation was responsible for the results of this study. Any future studies in this area should try to make this determination. Thank you for watching, and I welcome any questions or comments.